Hello, everybody. We're back.
Parking Lot Radio, episode 2.
Are you ready? We're ready.
Yes, we are. What will this week bring us?
I don't know. We know what last week brought us. It brought us some fans, some fame, some popularity. People are listening.
We feel noticed. We feel the love.
We'd like to thank everyone who did listen, who did tune in. Please tune in again because we're just gonna get better.
And we're just going to do our shout out. We're on Twitter at Parking Lot Radio. And we're on Instagram too at Parking Lot Radio.
Yes, and we will soon be on Facebook, probably at the same name. But we're just getting into this whole social media. I know I'm terrible at social media.
And Kelly is our social media expert because Brendan hates social media.
So I'm learning. So bear with me as I learn how to tweet.
Those responsibilities are all on her. I was like, I want nothing to do with that nonsense.
Yeah, so bear with me as I learn to tweet, Twitter, twat, Twitch, whatever. But yeah, I'll try to, do my best to get, so you guys can hear us.
We'll figure that we'll get known. Get us famous.
Yeah, make us famous. Because, we're in this so we don't ever have to work again. The podcast dream.
The podcast dream, what?
So, Brendan, how was your week?
It was alright. Very uneventful.
Yeah.
Not too much new. Well, today's June 15th, and ironically, I have a wedding date picked even though I'm not in love.
Okay.
And it's June 16th of 2016, so we basically have a year for me to find a man and get married.
Well, it's always good to plan ahead.
Right? I picked a wedding date before I even had the man.
Now tell me, what made you pick June 16th?
Well, honestly, June is Gay Pride Month. I don't know if anyone that doesn't know, June is Gay Pride Month.
Okay.
And so obviously that. And then there's the nice weather of June. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I just really like how June 16th sounds. It flows.
Okay.
And then I picked 2016 because a former coworker of mine, after I expressed my desire to get married on June 16th, said do it in 2016 because the sequence will be 61616. How fun is that?
So your clock is ticking, though.
Yeah, we have about a year.
You feeling the pressure?
No, because I don't want any big wedding rendezvous.
You feeling the pressure of finding someone to marry. I'm not talking about the wedding. The wedding will probably be a breeze. Talking about finding a mate here.
Well, there's mail-in-order husbands.
Okay.
I have options here. And then I just...
And we did talk about your Russian savings, so you do have a little money in the bank.
Well, I just want to run off and elope.
Okay.
Primarily because I hate my family and do not want them to be a part of this at all. And I'm the type of friend that would just show up with a ring on my finger like, oh, I got married over the weekend.
Yeah, I was actually involved in a wedding like that, and it actually turned out good,
But no, I wouldn't have any friends there. You would be surprised too.
Yeah.
But I would have no friends there only because any other friends would resent me for it.
Gotcha.
I'd probably reveal it to you on the show in a year. So if we're still around in a year, Kelly will find out I'm married on June 16th of next year.
Okay, but we will still be around here. I'm just letting you know. Well, I'm going to be here. So where you are, I don't know why you're even doubting that, because I'll be here next year.
If you're still tuning in to us in a year, you will hear that I am married regardless.
Okay, well, you mentioned mail order husbands. Now, that costs some money. So
Does it?
Yeah. I think you have to pay for those.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. They're not free.
Oh, damn it.
So
I heard about them years ago, and I didn't even know they existed.
No, mail order brides, that's like sending away for something on Amazon. You pay, you got to pay for it.
Oh.
It's delivered conveniently, but.
Well, I'm actually going to reach out to, supporters out there, because I think that online dating, I don't know if I told you about my disaster of online dating. My life is fucking stupid because of it.
Well, that's how you met the gentleman we talked about last week who had the girlfriend and that whole craziness. Yeah.
Well, anyway, I deleted that site because I honestly did feel bad for sleeping with her man. I did. So I deleted that site because I mostly found straight men on that site. I don't know why I fucking find them on gay dating sites, but I do. So I deleted that site because I was I just kept meeting straight men. But then, I'm on Grindr, of course, I'm gay, right? So anyway, over this weekend or the last weekend, I went to the city with some friends, nothing serious, and the most disgusting thing happened in a message.
Oh no. What happened?
The guy asked to eat my shit.
Oh! No! Oh my god.
Legitimately, he got his shit to me, was the message, and then I read his profile, and he wanted to eat shit. So I couldn't get over it. I haven't been able to grind her.
I'm so glad you didn't tell me this before we ate just a little while ago, because I had chocolate chip pancakes and now I'm really not feeling good about it. So There was no conversation before. There was just, I want to eat your shit. That was the message.
Literally, his message to me was, got a shit with a question mark. And I couldn't respond. I was so...
Amazing.
I was so disgusted. I deleted Grindr after it, so I don't have the message or any of the information to send you because I was just so over it, I couldn't handle it. But I've now reinstalled Grindr only because I want to torture myself. I think I'm a masochist.
Yeah, and any guys I know that are on Grindr, who are gay, obviously, have had, hard... Well, one guy I met, my one friend did actually find a boyfriend, and they lasted a few years, but they broke up.
Oh.
So... that could be in the cards for you, or you could just get your shit eaten. I don't know at this point. But after that would, I don't know.
I can't take it. I can't even take it seriously. I can't even respond to people anymore. It's just too much.
No.
Well, I just wanted to reach out to the fans because, we have a Gmail account, parkinglot@gmail.com.
Yes.
So if you know a gay or are gay, and I'm very superficial, so please look decent, but you could send your information to parkinglot@gmail.com, and we could have a whole, find Brendan a man type of situation here through Parking Lot Radio.
Yeah, I mean, we could even make it a contest, you could win a Brendan, In fact, if you do email us, in the subject, put, find a Brendan contest, and we want to hear why you think you deserve to be with Brendan.
And please have pictures, because looks matter, they do, I hate to tell you. And I mean face pictures, even though size matters too, but we'll deal with that after our first date or something.
Yeah, I actually had an experience. I joined Plenty of Fish for the span of a month. And, I was, it was for, I had been single a while. I'm like, I'll go on one of these freaking dating sites. And all I got was dick pics. Not even a message. I would just get I thought it'd be a message, and it was a dick pic. I'm like, you didn't even talk to me, and you're just sending me a dick pic. This is really going to get us very far. I was off that site very quickly.
I'm on that site still. I am. That's one of the few I'm still on.
Do you get dick pics?
No, but I get a lot of straight men on that site. What is it? Why do I attract straight men? What is wrong with the world?
I don't know. Maybe because you're just so handsome. I don't know. But, you did get, I believe you had a catfish experience recently.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Okay.
I told Kelly about Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Well, I have Brendan and Ms. Cunt. That's me. So anyway, this guy, it must have been over a year ago, he catfished me. His pictures were totally fake. He was much older, not in shape. It was terrible. But anyway, I went out very late because he looked really good in his pictures, and I thought it was going to be amazing. So I get there, and he wasn't him. He didn't look the way I thought he was going to. And let me just say, Miss Cunt came out. So he started sucking my dick, of course, because you get right down to the oral, right? That's what happens.
Yeah, why have a conversation?
Right? Well, no, we talked for 2 seconds, and I was just not happy. So I was on my phone, grinding, looking for someone in the area.
While he's blowing you?
Yeah, because because I was lied to, and I wanted, I was already out of my house. I figured maybe
look at blowjob.
Might as well find someone better looking, right? And then he started asking me to suck on his, begging, and I called him disgusting and gross. To his face, like I said, absolutely not. You are disgusting. That is gross. I will not touch that. And he continued to suck on my dick after I refused and called him disgusting.
Do you think maybe he liked it? He liked to be humiliated? Some people are into that.
I don't think so, because he didn't ask for that. I think he's probably desperate, considering he lied with his pictures. Yeah. You know what I mean? He probably knows he's terrible looking, and that's why he has fake pictures.
But did he seem more turned on after you said that? Because some people are into that shit. They like to be humiliated. They want to be talked down to.
Yeah, no, I've never been in that situation yet. I don't think.
Okay, I mean, yeah, not my thing. But
I never met anyone that wanted that yet. I'm just putting it out there, not yet. Mm-hmm. It's very possible it'll happen soon.
Well, who knows? Maybe it'll work out for you. You could miss cunt and be Dr. Jekyll all in one, and it'd be perfect.
Well, Brendan's really awesome, so it's very hard. When Miss Cunt comes out, you fucked with the wrong bitch. I'm just saying, she does not come out often. Anyway, in the end, he continued to suck on me, and after about 20 minutes, he, mentioned going further, and I pushed him off me, put my clothes on, and walked out.
Oh, God.
But I got a blowjob out of someone gross. Oh, God. What did I do wrong in life?
Yeah, well, that's what happens. Meeting people online is a very fishy thing. It can, I don't know. I remember back in the AOL days with Instant Messenger, I was young and stupid, and I met people offline, and they never looked like the picture. They,
Of course not.
And if they did, they were still somehow a lot uglier and less interesting, and it was always a disappointment, and they were always super creepy because of the internet. But now, with social, how social media is, everything is so much more personal, so it's more normal to meet people offline. But still, those freaking weirdos, that are in there and lying with the pictures, and they made a whole show about it on TV, so, it's real. People need to make up that stuff for their own self-confidence, I guess.
I'm actually a really good friend because I hooked up two dear friends of mine together. One was, one's a lesbian,
Mm-hmm.
And the other was in the closet. I put together Beverly and Carissa. Yeah, I'm just going to put it out there. These are all fake names. Don't go try to hunt down my friends. It's not going to work. I'm using fake names. But, Beverly was, she was with men, she considers herself bisexual, I think still, but, she's definitely a lesbian.
I know her too. We had many conversations about it, actually.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
You know everybody, me and Kelly are very good friends. We have a lot of mutual friends, basically everyone in our lives.
Yeah, so I actually never, I expected her to end up with a guy just because of the way she was talking, and I was very surprised. I know she had been with girls before, but I was very surprised when she ended up, falling in love with a girl.
Carissa,
I'm very happy that her friend Carissa is a great couple.
Yeah, and I put them together, and I'm just saying they let me down by not finding me a guy. I put them together, and then, I was such a good friend because Beverly was scared that she would miss the dick so much that I went, when Kelly worked at the sex shop, I went there and bought them a strap-on so she wouldn't really miss the dick. She would have a fake one. I know it doesn't compromise to the same extent, but, when you're in love with a lesbian and you're in a lesbian relationship, you take what you can take, and that is a strap-on.
And Jen, I'm sure she took it because we picked it out together, and it was one hell of a strap-on.
Yeah, vibrating.
It was a very good bonding moment for the both of us, actually, picking a very thoughtful gift out for, two friends.
I have videos of them getting it, and it's really funny.
You sent me the videos, actually, and it is funny. Yeah, it's when you're not expecting to get a strap-on, you open a gift and it's a strap-on. Just say you're surprised as hell.
And it was gift wrapped. That was a big point.
Yes, it's very fancily gift wrapped. It looks very nice.
By the one and only Kelly.
What can I say? I like to make things, I like to make a big splash. So let's just say. I'm sure that strap-on made a big splash, too.
Find a bigger one.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. So, about finding you a gay. Now, let's see. Aside from us trying to reach out to our, hopefully, millions of podcast listeners by now, it's got to be in the millions, what other ways can we do this?
Well, I just heard that there's this new show on A&E, a reality show called Married at First Sight. And, A&E should reach out to me because I would be a contender on it.
Now, it's crazy because I heard about this show, and they do some serious, they're supposed to be, professionals in the business. They ask you all these questions, and there's, stats, and they hook you up with, I guess, the things you have in common. Kind of I feel like it's eHarmony, but people doing the research instead. But you can lie about things,
well,
that's a big risk to take, getting married at first sight.
How I heard about it was through TMZ, and this article is basically that the couple is getting divorced because the guy basically threatened to kill her and her family.
Jesus.
So it's probably not the best route to go.
No,
but when you're on a timeline, I have legit a year and less than an hour.
Yeah.
Less than an hour.
You're really on a time schedule for this.
We are on a deadline.
Yeah.
We have we're just going to have to get a gay fan base, I think.
Yeah, well, we're pretty much it's gonna happen, I think. With your face plastered all over the place, I'm sure we'll be reeling them in.
You know what my real issue with gay men is?
What?
I don't like most of them.
No.
I'm sorry, I'm a down-to-earth gay. I'm not one of those cunt bitches with some hole stuck up my ass. Not, obviously in the bedroom, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah. But you keep talking about how you seem that you're annoyed that you keep finding all these straights, but that's what you go for. You go for the straight guys.
I don't go for them. Because I'm in this place. Most gay men I don't get along with because I'm a very different personality, and most of them are all high-strung, and I'm not. And, so I want a gay, right? I want a gay. That's the dream.
Well, because you are gay. So.
Yeah, of course. That's the dream. I want love. I want true love. It was my first tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
But, when you're, just sort of waiting for it to happen, you got to get it in sometimes. And when there's a straight man, saying, I'm straight, you can, take my dick. It's hey.
Take what you can get. When you're on the hunt for the real deal, you gotta take scraps.
Yeah, you take what you can get.
Exactly.
And I'm not no thirsty bitch. My straight men look good.
I'm not. Doesn't mean desperate. Taking what you let me separate that. Taking what you can get does not mean desperate. Just means not attached. No strings attached. Let's just get it done in one night.
I actually, my longest relationship was with a straight friend's fuck buddy, basically.
Really.
Yeah, I haven't reached out to him because of the last straight guy recently, but we chatted for basically 2 years.
Huh.
And I would see him, but then, now I probably won't because now I'm trying to get this moral that if they have a girlfriend or a wife, I shouldn't sleep with them. And he was, had a girlfriend, and now I feel bad because that crazy bitch. I actually feel bad.
Yeah, well, you have conscience.
Morals come after, after your life, after something blows up in your face, you start to, change your ways if you actually, I actually felt bad for her. Broke her little heart.
It's good, though. It's good. I'm glad to see a little remorse in you.
Yeah.
Because you're not totally made of ice.
I'm not. I'm very real. I'm a real bitch.
No, you are. And you are one of my very best friends. So
Aww.
I just know all too well how big that heart of yours is.
It's too big. That's another issue of mine. I'm just too nice. Another issue in my life right now, I have I would say 2 handfuls of really good friends. That's about right? And my life is very busy. We do this, I work, I go to school. I do a lot right now.
Yeah, you are very busy.
My life is very full. And then, I have 2 handfuls of very close friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you have those, I don't want to call them friendly acquaintances because they're closer than acquaintances. They're friends on the outskirts, you know what I mean?
Yeah, close friends that you just don't spend a lot of time with.
No, they're not close friends. They're friends on the outskirts of my life.
Okay.
And, apparently a lot of them are trying to break their way through to get closer to me. They want a closer relationship with Brendan.
People want that with you. It seems people very
genuine.
much want to be close to you.
It's hard. It's hard. This is, true story, gay boy problems. I have too many friends. There's just too many. I can't handle it. I actually put people in my phone book now. You have your calendar.
Yeah.
I don't put meetings or things to do. I put people that I'm friends that I have to go see.
You did. You penciled me into your calendar.
Oh yeah, I know. I pencil everyone.
Yeah, I pretended to pencil you in mine, but I actually don't pencil anyone in it because I never look at it.
No, I actually have to look at my calendar regularly because I will forget my plans with people if I don't.
Yeah, the only calendar I have is a work calendar, and if I didn't have that, I'd probably be fired, but that's a whole other story. Yeah, no, I guess when you're that, things, I have a lot of friends too. I have a lot of and I have a very close-knit group of best friends, but I don't know what it is in my old age, turning 28 in a few weeks.
Oh, gosh.
I've just become such a freaking hermit. I like to hang out. I hang out inside with my dog. I think about going out. It's exhausting. I think because I was so, crazy and went out so much,
younger,
when I was, starting at, 13, going to bars at, 16, you know what I mean? Just doing all these crazy things, going on road trips and, going to, shows and seeing bands. I think I'm just exhausted and, I feel like I already lived, to be 40 at this point.
Very possible, very possible. So yeah, those are my issues. I don't have a gay. I have too many friends to handle. Mm-hmm. These are serious issues for a gay.
You know what, though? Compared to some other people's issues, I gotta say, you don't have it too bad. You don't have it too bad. But they're your issues. And when they're your issues, they're bad. Because
honestly, it's not bad to have a lot of friends a lot of people, want to be closer to me. It's not the end of the world, of course.
No, but it is stressful because you want to make people happy,
It's stressful when you don't have the time to give people, and it's hard to say, I'm sorry, I really can't, I just don't have it.
Yeah, just don't have the time.
I just, someone was, begging me to take them to the beach over the weekend, and I really just didn't have the time. I was not, I love the beach. I'm there all the time. It's my favorite place in the world.
Yeah, but you're Brendan. You just don't have time for the commoners.
No, I didn't have time for the beach is the issue. I didn't have time for the beach. I did, I had my tattoo finished, so I really wasn't allowed on the beach, and I didn't really use that excuse, but I was just so busy.
It's a real excuse, though. You don't want to mess that tattoo up. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, I did, I actually took Friday off of work.
Okay.
It was lovely, and my day filled up really quick. I scheduled the day off, and I ended up, having to do a million things with friends, of course. Mm-hmm. But I just didn't have time to go to the beach on Friday because I had plans in the morning, plans in the evening. I had things to do.
Yeah, and then I had to put aside a little me time for whatever you got to do. Understandable. Completely get it. Mm-hmm. So, speaking of, straight guys undercover, I know I was talking a little bit about my crazy asshole of a boss last week. Well, this was kind of funny because I get this text message from my mom at work. Now, my mom she's very funny. She works around a bunch of women who are is more in touch with the now. And my mom's still like an old hippie and kind of stuck in the 60s. So she just comes up with these things, and I'm like, what are you talking about? But she's like hysterical, and I love her to death. So
I love her mom too. I met her like one time for about a half hour.
yeah, and she videotaped your
ice bucket
your
challenge.
sexy ice bucket challenge.
Oh, we should post that.
Yeah, we need to post that because you guys will love it. So yeah.
I really should be a go-go dancer in my life. I should be a stripper.
Yeah, so be on the lookout because we are also on YouTube at the Parking Lot Radio. So be on the lookout for Brendan's ice bucket challenge video.
Oh, we should do new ones. We should promote like my sex appeal through this.
You know what? You may
new video coming soon, bitches.
We just came up with that. Get ready. We're going for it. Brendan's sexy video line. Okay. So I get this text from my mom, and she's like, I was talking to the girls at work about your problem, and I think I figured it out. I think your boss likes you. Now, my boss, he tans. He laser hair removed his facial hair, and I'm guessing other, manly body hair.
Probably his whole body.
Yeah.
I shave daily to keep up.
How many straight guys do you know, and notice that my nails aren't painted properly? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm just, I have nothing.
There's a fine line between metro and gay.
Yeah, I have nothing against the guy's sexuality. Whatever he wants, that's all cool. But hearing this from my mom, thinking, giving me like the elementary school diagnosis, oh, I think maybe he likes you and that's why he's so hard on you. The next thing she comes out with is, use that PP, the letters PP, and in parentheses, stood for pussy power. And then she immediately sends another text, all in huge capitals, use that PP, with like exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. I'm like, oh my God. And I was kind of taken back because, first of all, I gotta share this with you. The word pussy, I don't like it. I never liked it. I don't think it's a sexy word. Not in the bedroom, not in a classroom, nowhere. The word pussy just kind of makes my skin crawl. I mean, I'm all for the C word, for the C-U-T, the cunt word.
Oh, cunt, I love that's my favorite word, and I think it's only my favorite word because it's such a controversial word.
And I'm all for referring to my vagina as that,
I refer to myself as a cunt.
Again, in the bedroom, sexy talk, any other word. But if you start throwing that P word around, that's it. I'm like a freaking Sahara Desert. Dry, out of there. Goodbye. We're done. This isn't happening. I don't know why. It's just one of those things that has not ever worked for me, I guess. I just think it just grosses me out.
Yeah.
I mean, your shit eater grosses me out less than the word pussy. I have no idea why.
That's crazy.
And seeing the large amount of porn I've seen in my life, they love that word. But, apparently that's supposed to be sexy. For me, no. Nobody.
Not for me neither, but that's just because I'm gay.
Yeah, because you're gay. But so I couldn't take it. I thought it was hysterical that's what my mom came out with, and I'm in the middle of work, and it was just so funny. Like, that's just what she comes out with, telling me to use my pussy power to try to, win my boss's affections, my very obviously gay boss's approval. I thought that was the most hysterical thing ever. Well, now this is something we need to talk about. The friend zone. The almighty friend zone.
We're just gonna put it out for debate, because I lived in this, oblivion that there was a such thing as a friend zone, where, like, if you were friends with someone, like, a relationship couldn't start from a friendship. But now, like, I know, like, I'm a Beyonce fan, and obviously her and Jay-Z had they believe in friendships, and I know a lot of other famous people, like, stress that point, like, a great relationship starts from a great friendship.
Well, I believe that, too. I think a great relationship, you have to be that best friends with that person to be in a successful relationship. They have to be your best friend.
Yeah, but now, are you best friends prior to the relationship with no feelings involved?
No. I don't think that ever, it happens in movies all the time, but in real life, it's like seeing a freaking Sasquatch. It rarely happens. You know what I mean? It's a rarity. Like a UFO sighting. I don't believe it happens very often.
Well, what happened was, in my case, like, my job is miserable, so all I do is walk around and talk, and I have a lot of fun, actually. I make polls, I go around and ask people, I ask a lot of straight, fun story. At my job, I go around and asked all the straight men, like, to rate me on a scale of 1 to 10. That was a fun day. But anyway, I asked everyone about the friend zone at my job. And the general consensus throughout my whole department was that there's no such thing, and that, like, friendships can start, like, relationships can start from friendships. So, I think we're just going to put this right out to everyone, and we want to hear what you have to say about this friend zone. Does it exist? Or is it, when they use the friend zone, is it just them expressing, they're just saying that they're not interested, and they're just using the friendship to cover up, to make it like a nicer blow?
Yeah, share your experience with us. Send it to us at parkinglotradio@gmail.com. We'd love to read it on the podcast, because we want to hear what you think about this. Because
this is just an opinionated section. We want your feedback.
This has definitely, the friend zone has actually been a big issue in my life, because I guess, when I was younger, when I wasn't in serious relationships, when I would date around, I would have this really awful habit. I would have, I would generally be better friends. Well, like I said, I have a close knit of best girlfriends, but then I'd have, like, these guy friends, and I'd always have one that was, like, my best friend that we'd always hang out with, but it never lasted. Someone always catches feelings. Most times it wasn't me, and the friendship always imploded, because there would be that night where they'd confess and be like, I like you so much, and I can, I can say I was naive back then and pretend I didn't know, but I always knew it. You know when someone likes you, but you pretend that they don't, because you want to keep this fictitious friendship going, because you think it's so great, because you're getting treated like a girlfriend, you're getting treated nicely, but you can kind of go do whatever the hell else you want to do. You can go flirt, you can go hook up with other people. So it's, I have to say, I probably use it as a bad excuse. But, it sucked though, because I ruined a lot of friendships that way. I really did. But the friend zone, that's a tough one.
It's a tough topic, and that's why we're just looking for opinions and advice. I'm kind of in a situation that I'm not going to discuss yet, because I don't know how big we're going to be yet, and it would be a disaster if this got out and blew up in my face if I talked about it publicly.
So Brendan definitely needs your advice.
I need your advice, and I'm sure in the coming weeks we will start to touch on my
on Brendan's current
gay friendship.
Yes.
I have a gay friend, and I hate my life.
Yeah, but the friend zone, the best relationships I was in was people that I met, and we started dating before we became friends. And then through the relationship, we became best friends. But yeah, anything that started out as we were best friends first, it never lasted, because, unless they were gay, friends of mine that were males, there was some kind of attraction there, and there's always that one night where things get a little out of hand, and then you hook up, and you can't take that back, and then once that happens, you screwed it up. And even if that doesn't happen, again, once someone confesses those feelings, it screws it up too. And I've lost some of my best friends that way over stupid friend zone drama. I hate the friend zone.
Feelings, over stupid goddamn feelings.
I know.
Why do you like me, damn it?
I know.
I just want to be a friend.
I just want to be unattached, have a friend that I can hook up with. It's like being a pretend girlfriend. It really is. It's such a selfish move.
You just want your cake and you want to eat
I
it too.
did.
Girl.
I really did. I was. It was totally selfish. I did want my cake and I wanted to eat it too.
I know. I can hear it.
I wanted someone to go home and cuddle with, and
Sleep with somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. But then if I was attracted to someone else, you know what? I didn't have to feel bad about it, because they're just my friend.
Yep.
Oh, it's terrible. But the friend zone.
It's a tough one, because and obviously I feel like everyone's experience is different in this, because I'm pretty sure Beyonce has stated it several times that her and Jay-Z were just good friends for years prior to actually starting to date.
Oh, but I am sure they were probably either really busy, involved in some kind of other thing.
I'm not busy, bitch?
I mean, it's like, that level of famous busy where you're touring all over the place.
One day, right, Kelly?
Yes,
Me and you, one day.
But, I'm sure they were attracted to each other,
Oh, of course.
I'm sure, and sometimes I can, like I said, relationships can grow out of friendships. I just think it's a rarity.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Because I feel like I've heard good relationships coming from that more than I've heard of good relationships coming from dating into friendships.
You've heard more from the being good friends first?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, but then you're saying that the friend zone could exist.
No.
Because you can't remain in it because you end up dating.
Yeah.
Or not dating.
I'm saying that the friend zone, there's no such thing as a friend zone.
Mm-hmm.
And that when people cling to put you in a friend zone is really them just trying to, to reject you nicely.
It is. No, it is. Yeah, that's
There's
definitely
no
been...
actual such thing as, the only reason they're basically rejecting you is the bottom line here.
Yeah.
And they're using the friendship to try to make it an easier blow.
Yeah, that's
to
definitely...
lighten the impact of being rejected, which is just stupid. Just fucking say you're not interested.
Well, you know what? It's definitely been a total rejection strategy of mine because I feel bad. You know, like...
Of course.
That's... Hence,
and I get it. I understand it. But, honestly, regardless of what you say at that point, don't try to use the friend zone because it's over.
Well,
the friendship's over.
No,
it's done.
It's definitely over. But at least it's better than saying, I don't want anything to do with you.
Well, you don't say I don't want anything to do with you. You say I'm not interested in you that way. Just be nice. Be real about it. Be a real bitch.
Yeah, you know how hard it is for me to say that? I am horrible with confrontation. I don't like confrontation. I don't like it in my everyday life. Like, getting a cup of coffee to me sometimes is too much confrontation. Telling you, I do not like it to any extent. Breaking up, I've been in relationships years longer than they needed to be going on. Let me tell you, years longer. If only I could just break up with people way easier.
Or reject
yeah.
them nicer.
Exactly.
You get to be a straight up real bitch.
Exactly.
You know, I don't like confrontation either, or uncomfortability. Uncomfortability is my, weak point. If I'm uncomfortable, I hate my life. However, now that I'm a little bit older, I don't avoid it as much because most of the time, it's a good laugh after it.
It is.
Usually, there's I have a great sense of humor and I can laugh basically at myself constantly. But, so I just know at the other end of this uncomfortability, whatever it may be, it's going to be such a good laugh. It's going to be such a good story.
Well, actually, a good story. You and I went to a going away friend of ours party. Our friend Dee was moving, and we went to her going away party, and we knew the people there were going to be horrible. We did not want to be around them.
We only liked her.
Yeah.
She moved to California, and I'm just saying, I'm coming to join you.
We're coming. We're on our way.
We're actually, in a couple years when we're ready, I think my plan is 2017, we're going.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a road trip, and our whole podcast will be from parking lots on our road trip to California.
And then we're never coming back.
We're moving there, bitches. We're moving.
So anyway, we went to this party, and seriously, from the time we met up, we planned on how we were going to get out of there. Down to it was, I think it was more intricate than a football, strategy. Yes, that much intricate. We're going to leave at this time. You're going to get a phone call. You're going to move to this seat. It was that intricate. And we were in and out of there like pros. We were
legit, we were so miserable at this party because we really only liked her. We hated, we did not get along with any of her other friends. There was just such a different crowd for us. We didn't know, I actually knew most of them and I just don't like them.
Oh, yeah, me too. And it was such a relief to know that you didn't want to go either, because I didn't know that ahead of time. I thought you kind of wanted to go.
Oh, no, I was not going. The funny part is, I mentioned having the going away party to her, and then I got other people in.
Yes, you did! I forgot.
The whole party was my fault.
You orchestrated this whole party that she did not want to get involved in either. And then this whole party ended up getting out of your hands, going into someone else's house, and then we ended up bailing.
And then I almost no-showed. I told her. I was just like, I'm sorry, hon. I'm not coming to this. This is too much for me.
And I
don't
think
know.
there was a death threat or two in there that you had to be there.
She was not happy.
And we were late.
We were an hour late, and then we left an hour and a half later. Yep. I was texting people miserable. They were playing what game were we playing? Apples to Apples.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, I love games. Cards Against Humanity is my favorite, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, but Apples to Apples is the G-rated, boring as shit version of.
But they were playing with 30 people. It was impossible. I couldn't even focus to go around the whole circle of us.
Yeah, and
I was winning.
30 people that we didn't like.
And I was winning.
You were?
I didn't even know. I won. And I didn't even know. It ended very quick. I started texting a mutual, another friend of ours to give me an emergency to leave.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't know
she did. Yeah. I think it was a car being broken down that we had to go rescue her.
But then we didn't have to actually say it because I just sort of walked in and we looked at her and she was just like, "You're leaving?" And I was like, "Yes, I am done."
Yeah.
And we gave her a hug and we wished her on her merry way to California.
And now she's there.
Oh, we miss you.
We do miss you, D. Fake name, D. We'll be there, though.
We're going to come see you.
Yes, I had many plans in my life to move to California. I think 3 or 4, and they all really didn't pan out. I mean, good reasons. Good reasons they didn't pan out. But it will happen.
Well, it's been my lifelong
ultimately.
dream to live there. I've never been there, but I've always been drawn to California. I've just wanted to live there my whole life. Like, I feel like I've been, like I was born in the wrong place. I was just born in the wrong place, the wrong side of the country.
Well, Long Island, really, it's just... I think
It's fucking miserable.
Yeah, I think Long Island needs to sink, finally. It's about that time.
I know.
I think Long Island needs to sink so
It
we
just
can all
needs to
get out of here.
disappear.
Yeah. It's nothing but just crap at this point.
Well, that concludes it for us this evening.
Yep, time for us to go before the cops come and arrest us for loitering. Good thing about parking lots.
Follow us on Twitter at Parking Lot Radio and Instagram Parking Lot Radio. Facebook is coming soon, and we will have videos up on YouTube shortly.
Yes, and I will be posting clues the day that we are recording our podcast as to where we might be recording. So if you feel like being a super sleuth and trying to track us down, it might be kind of an adventure.
Yeah,
So
it might
I'll
be
try to
fun.
post some good clues so you can find them.
We'll make this a game. We'll make it a party. And we'll have guests soon. We're gonna have a guest soon, right?
We will. We will have guests once we, kind of smooth out our podcast flow,
And just definitely email us, parkinglotradio@gmail.com. We want to hear from you.
We definitely want to hear from you. We want to hear from you as much as possible. All right. Enjoy your weekend. We'll be back.
Next week.
Goodbye.